All right, guys, how's it going? So I've seen a few comments from people saying Trent wants to build a legacy at Liverpool Football Club, like he did this interview recently, and those quotes started circulating yesterday. I was on the move yesterday. I was on a couple of trains, traveling around the UK, and so I didn't get, time to touch on those quotes yesterday. And I'm not here to piss on anyone's parade. I just prefer to stick to the actual quotes and not what might be implied by a headline or a journalist with the text that goes around the quotes. So what I do, as you will know if you watch my videos regularly, is whenever I see an article that includes quotes, I skip the headline, which is difficult to do, but I don't focus too much on the headline. I don't want to know what the journalist is saying. I go straight to the quotes and I read the quotes alone. And then you can read the quotes again and then maybe check and see what the journalist has said to see if things match up. So, for example, the Mail ran an article about this yesterday, and the opening sentence of the article was, Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to build a legacy for himself at Liverpool, right? At Liverpool. The Echo ran something about this as well, with a headline titled, Trent Alexander-Arnold makes future plans clear by explaining what he's playing for at Liverpool. And I want to take a look at his actual quotes. And I've watched the interview, so I've seen him say these quotes himself, all right? So he said, he was asked what his dreams looked like now. Not what do your dreams look like now at Liverpool. What do your dreams look like now in terms of career progression and things like that? And he said, of course, winning more trophies, but on a personal level, it is building a legacy. That is something that is important, right? So building a legacy, that's what he said. He didn't say, but on a personal level, it is building a legacy at Liverpool. And like I say, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to tell you he's leaving. I don't know whether he'll leave or not. How would I know? I'm not a twat. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a fat twat. But I think it's really important, to focus on what he actually said. So what do your dreams look like now? Of course, winning more trophies. But on a personal level, it is building a legacy. That legacy could be at Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? It could be at Liverpool. It could. But he doesn't say Liverpool. And he says that is something that is important. Now, the interviewer then asked what he meant by that. And he clarified as follows. Just being spoken about in the highest regard, especially after you've finished, playing. In 10 or 15 years, if I'm spoken about as one of the best right-backs or the best right-back, then that's what I'm playing for now and using it as a motivation. So a lot of headlines or a lot of statements, saying that Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to build a legacy for himself at Liverpool, he doesn't actually say that. And I don't know what he's going to do. I'm trying to really make this point to you. I'm not trying to tell you he's going to go or this is a sign that he's leaving. I just want to stick to the facts, the Rafa facts, for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? He also said in the same interview, and I've seen a few articles about this as well. And this bit was, I don't know. He was basically asked, do you feel about your connection with the club because you are a Scouser, you're a local boy doing good, blah blah blah. Do you feel it more as a Scouser, playing for Liverpool and everything? And I was expecting him to say, yeah, I do, and show this massive thing. But he said, do I feel things more as a Scouser? I don't know, because I've got nothing to compare it against, if I'm honest. So I don't know if I feel it more than others. But I definitely feel it, of course. I have been a fan. I know the emotions of the game. The people around me are all fans and supporters, and that's where pressure comes in, when making decisions. Think about that. So, of course, I probably see it, and I'm more open to it than a lot of other players are, as I've got more connections and friends who love the club. So I feel it, but I am more open to it. But whether I feel it more or less, I don't know, to be honest. And what I will say to you is I think from every single comment I've seen, everything you could read from comments, not specifically this, but from other interviews, and we can all read things differently. Maybe we want to read things the way that we want things to be. it shows to me, a young man that has been thinking about all of this stuff. Like some people want to believe, no, he's Liverpool through and through. He's going to sign. He just doesn't play his contract negotiations out. If you want to think that, that's fine. Some people don't want to think for 1 second he would consider leaving. I would strongly disagree with that. I think that from everything I've digested, and some of the comments he's made, I think, no, this is a fella that's like, thinking, what if Real Madrid come in for me? What if? Would I do it? Kind of thing. And he might not do it, right? But to me, it's clear to me that this is someone that is really thinking about his future, and there's nothing wrong with that. Do Liverpool match his expectations? Someone said yesterday, well, Liverpool top of the league, on top of this league, top of it. Right, that's okay, but at the end of the season's what counts, not what's happening now, and what happens next season, and consistency in terms of silverware and things like that. If the lad wants to better himself in his mind or wants a challenge somewhere else, I don't have a problem with any player that wants to do that as long as you're honest. Yeah, with the club, not so much us, like we're the fans and we demand everything because we think we own these people, but just be honest with the club. And when I go into my next video in a minute, which is going to be some comments from Jamie Carragher about Trent Alexander-Arnold, because I don't want this to be too much of a long video. I think you will see that I think he is being honest with the club. I think the club know exactly what's on his mind, like what I think is on his mind. Do you know what I mean? And my opinion, and this is my current opinion, and I reserve the right to change my opinion because I might hear of something else or I might pick up on something else later today or tomorrow, is that if Real Madrid come in for him, I think he leaves, all right, in the summer. I don't think he would want to go in January because that would be seen as pretty shit. But I just think if Real Madrid come in for him, he would take the opportunity. But I also think that it would be hard for him to do that. He's been with the club all his life, right? And I think in the quotes he's saying here, I know so many people that love the club, that all these people, even people joking with you. You imagine being Trent and you're surrounded by all these people. They can be family, they can be friends, they can be loved ones, they can be supporters, they can be important people in the city, legitimate business people, or maybe business people with alternative businesses, right? All these different people, getting in your head, do this, don't do it. You can't leave us, don't leave us, man. Imagine having all of that, but then maybe in Madrid you've got one of your closest friends saying, yeah, but if you came here, you'd be a brand, you could escape this and do that and have a different life. You know what I mean? So as long as he exited properly, maybe people won't be too bad about it. People are going to be angry because, and that's going to be my next video, or what we're going to touch on. People be angry for leaving on a free. But I still think that if he was to leave, what we're being told from people close to that situation, and they're not saying what's going on here, this, that, and that. Like, I know all these Twitter attacks want you to think that they know what's going on. Listen, I've been around here a long time. This is my 27th year, and trust me, no one's on the phone all the time going, hey, guess what's happening, Doug? It's not like that. You get little bits every now and then. And the last little bit I got was, he wouldn't want to go in January if he was given the option. And if he took the option, he wouldn't want to go in January because he'd be seen as walking out on the club mid-season. And if things went wrong, he won't be able to show his face in his city again because people will always blame him. So the lad's under a lot of pressure, right? I do not know what he will do. I am not making this video to piss on your parade, but I'm just seeing people saying, he said yesterday he wants to build a legacy at Liverpool. No, he didn't. You read some journalist that wrote that. His actual words, he never said where he wanted to build that legacy, all right? Let's hope it is at Liverpool. I hope he stays. But out of the three of them, I'm more bothered about the other two staying. And it's clear that they want to stay. Trent can turn around and claim, I don't play my contract negotiations out in public. He doesn't need to do that. What he could do is say, look, I leave this to people behind the scenes and I focus on my football. I love this club, and I hope everything gets worked out. He could take it a step further and say, because this is where I want to be, but it's, like what'll be will be. I'll just let them people get on with it. I'll focus on my football. But he's not said anything like that. Whereas the others have. They have. I think they've alluded more that that they would rather be at the club, and I expect them to sign. No problem. Well, maybe problems so far, but I think that they sign. Yeah. So we're here all day if we start going on about all different opinions regarding each player. If Real Madrid do not come in for him, he obviously signs with Liverpool. He ain't going to go anywhere else, right? And then he tells us that he never even thought for 1 minute about leaving. But remember, before the summer even started, we were told that he would drag it out to the end of the year, just to see if Real Madrid came in. And the latest claims from Spain last Sunday gone, was that Real Madrid had told him not to sign, and the left back in Germany, don't sign new deals, don't renew, because if you do that, then you definitely haven't got that opportunity. If you do not commit to a new deal and we can make something happen or there's an opening, then we can discuss that then, which would be the end of the year, which is now when Real Madrid are looking at what they want to do. All right? But the situation Trent finds himself in now is he's running out of time for Real Madrid to do something about it, right? Because if he goes into January having not signed a deal, the atmosphere in the city, and some of these people that know him, they'll start getting really prickly. The fans will get even more prickly online. You know what they're like, right? Terrible, aren't we? Do you know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't put myself in that category, but that's where it's going to be. And the other two players are going to sign. And if he hasn't sorted his shit out by then, people are going to turn on him. More so. It's already getting prickly. But he must be sat there now thinking, fucking hell, I'm going to have to do something about this. If he gets notification that Real Madrid are not going to make a move for him, or it's not going to happen, or it can't happen, that's when it suddenly becomes like, to his agent, like, we need to make it happen, right? That's why I would dismiss all these silly tabloid claims, especially from tabloids that Liverpool fans wouldn't want to read anyway, that have been saying he's demanding an extra 100 grand a week and all that. They say it about money, in my opinion. It becomes about money with Liverpool if Real Madrid don't come in for him. All right? Claims of Real Madrid, you know, they'll give him what he wants. I never believed that in a million years. Never believed it in a million years. One thing I do know is it'll all be solved soon and we can stop fucking talking about it. All right? So, I just wanted to be very clear. I just wanted to point out that he never said where that legacy would be built. All right? I know Arne Slot was talking about it at today's pre-match press conference, saying it's good to hear players saying things like this. That's the kind of mentality. You need to be the best and all that. Trent wants to be the best right back in the world. I think that's great. I want to be the best lover in the world, but I'm never going to be. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'll try my best. You know what I'm saying? I did pack my aspirin, didn't I? Because I'm visiting my girlfriend at the minute. But I can't help but think that Trent's lost a bit of the, like, local lad done good. He doesn't seem as like humble as he used to be to me, and I think that's because of what's going on with all this with Real Madrid and Bellingham. Obviously, like, do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be a brand if you come here. You're gonna be, do you know what I mean? But he's still a nice kid, and I just watched his interview and I thought, yeah, he's a nice lad. You know, and who are we to tell him what he can and can't do with his fucking life? And I would think any Liverpool fan in the world would just say, look, just be honest, man. Look, you're always going to get the knob jockeys that are going to go, death to you, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to play for us, we're the best club in the world. Right, true. But let him do what he wants, all right? I ain't got a problem with that. Just do it, conduct yourself professionally with the club. That's all I ask, yeah? Not like Michael Owen, for example, you know, that dragged it out. When Michael Owen was renegotiating before he went to Real Madrid, not renegotiating, when the club wanted him to renegotiate, his agent went on a sabbatical for a year. Like, that was convenient, wasn't it? Oh, my agent's away for a year now and he's took time off. Look it up, all right? Everyone knew what was going to happen. So just don't fucking dick us around, that's it. And if he goes to Real Madrid and he leaves the club, like, you know, and goes and, if he does that, if they come in for him, and he goes there and he hasn't dicked the club around, I'll be like, nice one, right? Hope it works out for you, sunshine. Let's see what happens. If you appreciate this video, please thumbs up this video. Please drop me a comment. And if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, hit the super thanks button. I'm having a drink tomorrow, so beer tomorrow, coffee, Sunday. Then you can do that. Hit the super thanks. But I'd really like to know your thoughts on it. Please update me as to what you think. All right, guys. I will be doing another video about Trent shortly. I don't know if you heard, but did you hear the sausages click off on the air fryer in there while I was recording? Like, priorities. See you in a bit.